Hello everyone. There have unfortunately been some issues with the Kaiserreich mod, especially around the focus tree and the Black Monday card game. In more detail, what happens here is that I have a couple of cards which seem to be somewhat broken. We've got the Reichsbank analysis card, which has now a broken description, as you can see here. The reason for that being that this seems to have messed or been merged with another type of card. Usually what the Reichsbank analysis would do is to change the crisis type, but I'm actually not playing on Iron Man because it's not recommended for the mod, and I generally don't do it in case something crashes. So instead of picking up the last autosave and losing potentially an hour of gameplay and footage recording that I can never recover, I do drop a save after every episode recorded. And that way I can also just test out what happens in case of these bugs here to see, and then reload the game for the current episode. So yeah, the Reichsbank analysis should usually change the crisis type, but if we've currently got a labor crisis, if we're actually activating it, nothing happens. Card goes away, the labor crisis is still there. There's also the Promote the Tarnow Badeplan card. And I have no idea what it does because the description is missing, and all it says that it adds 3% to the debt score. There's no information about this card in the focus tree, so this must have appeared as part of the Tarnow Badeplan. But this adds the Arbeitsdienst Public Works card and adds the VAS Public Works. The effect, the country effect, and it's also not in here because that added two cards, a price depression and Papiermark inflation cards. So it's not from these, and if we click on it, we're currently at 132% debt and no investment stability. So if I click on it, it adds 3% to the debt score, but it doesn't do anything else. It doesn't do anything else that I can see. Now, it is possible that there's a hidden effect somewhere that gives me a bonus or something later on, but there is no description on this whatsoever. So I'm assuming at this point that this card is also broken and that it doesn't do anything. So on the flip side, after losing two of those cards, I now have the Arbeitsdienst Public Works card, which seems to be massively overpowered. Because while it is getting a 50% boost effect due to this being a labor crisis, this gives me 6,000 stability and 4,500 investment for a cost of 3% debt, which means I effectively just need to play one more card and I'm already done for the round. Now, as these values increase, that might no longer be the case down the road, but that seems to be relatively powerful, at least more powerful than what it actually says here, because this should have been a 1,500 2,000 card. So unclear as to what's going on here. The other thing that's broken, so yeah, the Black Monday game is in a weird state. The other thing that's broken is some of the descriptions. So for example, where was it here? There's a established federal income tax national focus, but if you look at the effect, the text is missing. So I have no clue what this focus does. And that is the case for a couple of the cards. I think, yeah, the Massive Public Works also misses, in the effect here, misses some text. There's still a placeholder here. So what are we going to do with this? Well, I had a look at the GitHub repository for bugs, and there are two open bugs from last December that describe this from an earlier version of the mod and Hearts of Iron 4. And these bugs are still open. There's no comment on them, so I've left comments myself describing the current version and that I'm running into this problem. This may be due to going down the Schleicher path, because from the comments I've kind of gotten that a lot of you are playing Democratic Union. And I don't know if that's easy to trigger, but what I hope is that nothing is broken, or that there's no these aren't game-breaking bugs. I mean, as long as I get through the Black Monday game, I will just kind of not pay as much attention in the actual recorded episodes. So I'll do it more off screen because, you know, it's just kind of weird. And just kind of do the recovery as it goes, because we've all had a couple of rounds through this now, so it's not that interesting to do it over and over again. So I'll put that a bit on the back burner and just kind of try to sweep that under the rug. The one thing that concerns me is that because the events in this game seem to be relatively intricate in cause and effect with each other and certain focuses. So like the Shuffle Prussian Ministry focus, I think was, if I remember correctly, seemed to have an effect on one of the events or something like that from reading the events. So what I hope is that none of the focuses is broken sort of beyond repair, that it gets me into a spot where it effectively breaks the game. Other than that, so if that's the case, I may try to do something with console commands, but other than that, I'll as much as possible try to sweep these a bit under the rug. So just so you know what's going on there. Lastly, if you know me from my previous channel, you may know that I used to work in software engineering for over 20 years, and good grief, it's even longer than that. I started working in 1998. So 26 years, and I've just recently quit for health reasons, and because the industry has become so toxic that it's just been not worth it anymore. But once my health gets better, or if my health gets better eventually, then I might pick up some mod work if I'm in the mood, and maybe try to contribute and fix these things myself. But I've never modded Hearts of Iron or anything for that regard, so I'll start from scratch. But given that I've been doing this for a long time professionally, shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, that's not on the table for now. So for now, all I do is I'm just going to sweep it under the rug a little bit, and hope that, cross our fingers. So for example, I will just ignore this focus because I have no idea what it does. So I'm assuming that there are many focus. I'm not going to get to all of the focuses anyway, so I'm assuming there are many focuses that I can do instead. So I will just continue with the focuses elsewhere and see what it is that we can do. The one thing that sort of concerned me a little bit, and I am not. Where was it? It was one of the. Yeah, this one. So the initiate military reform seems to be blocked because the political direction of the empire has not yet become clear. Now, I thought that with the Enabling Act and Kabinett Schleicher, that would have been clear, because the whole mechanic of trying to get Schleicher out is gone, so it's not there anymore. Which means I am not certain what this is waiting for. So, for example, if this focus here, it might be that I need to get this one, which needs to get the economic health to -5. But if that doesn't work, then these are the things that I might do just via console if that should have been unlocked, but it isn't. Stuff like that. Anyway, in summary, there are bugs. The bugs have been reported. The bugs have been open for a while, and I will keep an eye on things. But for now, the series will continue, and I will try to sweep them under the rug via the magic of editing as much as possible. All right, I'll see you in the next episode of the German Empire trying to survive, and Terry learning the hard way about politics in the Weimar period.